everyone, it's Sarah. So today, day one of the decluttering of the house, and we are starting in the kitchen. So it's amazing the stuff that gets shoved in the back of cupboards or tucked away, or especially in the junk drawer where everything gets thrown in there. Mine's not terrible because I just went through, for the most part, about a year ago and kind of decluttered, but I'm going to go through again. As you can see, I have a lot of kitchen stuff. So I stack mine up on top of the cupboards even because I run out of cupboard space. So if you do that, you know, go through and get that stuff cleaned up. I pulled down a toaster oven, just a regular toaster that I had, because last year I bought a little countertop toaster oven, which is right there, and my husband wasn't sold on the idea, so I said, okay, we'll stick this one up on the cupboard for now. Well, it's been over a year. Only thing we use is that. Love it. So I've got my box all set up, and I started putting stuff in there. So I've already gone through a couple of cupboards. I've got a cupboard where I keep my cups and glasses, coffee cups, all that kind of stuff. Well, the top shelf was full of travel coffee mugs and water cups and all sorts of stuff. And every time you go to grab something, the rest of it would fall out and attack you. There was way too much up there. We didn't use it all. So I started taking all the different cups and stuff that we just don't use, and I got them in my little box. So along with the toaster oven, this is going to be my garage sale pile. So for those of you that are going to host a garage sale, that's going to be my next series coming up after we're done decluttering the house. It's going to be how to host a successful garage sale. So I'm making my garage sale pile. If you're not going to have a garage sale, it will be your donate pile. I've also got, I'll get my garbage can out a little bit later on for when I go through the pantry, looking for anything expired that's hidden kind of way in the back, or looking through the refrigerator, which I don't need to do that, thankfully, today, because I just did that a couple of weeks ago because I had something spill in there and I had to clean the whole thing out anyway. So today, go through, start at the top, go through all your cupboards, you know, start up on top if you keep it up there, actually climb up on the counter, take a peek around. If it's something that you have not used in over 2 years, get rid of it, unless it's one of those keepsake items. You know, we've all got a couple of things. For me, all that stuff's over here in my china hutch. So I got a lot of mixing bowls and stuff, and I use them maybe once a year, so they're kind of tucked up there. And then I've got my different casserole dishes and my serving platters and all that kind of stuff. Just a lot of it's too big to fit in a cupboard, which is why it's up on top. Just keep all that stuff wherever it happens to be. So go through, like right now, I'm working in this cupboard and I'm going through shelf by shelf. Kind of torn at the moment. I pulled out the magic bullet, which everybody had at one time. I haven't used it in quite a while, but I know summer's coming and the kids might like to do quick and easy fruit smoothies, so I might leave it up there for another year, see if it gets used over this next year. If not, next year, I'll get rid of it. Something to keep in mind, do you have more than one of the item? If so, can you get rid of the other item? You know, is there one that works better than another? We've got a lot of times where we've got kitchen gadgets, potato peelers and things of the sort, and you might have one that you prefer over the other, so get rid of the extra if you don't need it. Another thing to keep in mind, if you haven't used it in over 2 years, is it something that you can get rid of that you can always replace if time comes again? And like 3 years down the road, you're like, oh man, I wish I really had that. But instead of holding on to it, having it take up space when it was something you didn't want at the time, can you get it again? Can you borrow it from someone? Even better, do you have a friend or family member that's got something, especially if it's a larger utensil, like or a larger item, if I can talk, like a crock pot? You know, can you borrow a crock pot from a friend or family member if it's not something that you constantly use? As you can see, I have two. I actually use both of them, so I will keep them both. The top shelf is still going to remain the same, so I'm going to go through this cupboard. This is the one where I keep my kids' plates, bowls, and that kind of stuff, so I'll go through there and see if there's any baby items that have been forgotten about. Probably not. I went through and cleaned a lot of that out last year, but if you've got that stuff, you know, put it in a pile. If you know someone you can donate to, like if you have a friend that just had a kid, maybe give it to them. Otherwise, put it in your garage sale pile or your donate pile. If something is broken and not repairable and it's just garbage, put it in the garbage. That's common sense on that one. So your task for today, go through and clean it all out and make sure to not forget your refrigerator. Like I said, start at the top, kind of work your way down, throw out anything that's old and expired that's kind of got tucked away and hidden in the back. Give the shelves a good wipe down as you're going along if you have the chance, you know, just clear out a cupboard or clear off a counter and just kind of move everything over to one area, put it there, and go from there. Then the pantry, same thing, you know, start up there and look at the dates on stuff. A lot of times we get stuff that gets forgotten about, shoved in the back, and you go, oh, this expired 4 or 5 more years ago. And it's like, well, you're not going to use it, so toss it. And then if there's anything that you've got, like I said, set it aside for your garage sale pile, and that will be our next series. So if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments below or send me a private message, and I'm going to get back to work. I'm going to crank the tunes back up. I can't have them on right now, or I get put in Facebook jail, and they won't let me post any lives. So you guys have a great day. I'm going to get back to cleaning, and I will catch you tomorrow. Bye.